Hello and welcome. This is Michelle with Paper Stamping. Thanks for stopping by today, where I'm going to share with you a fun and quick and easy, I love quick and easy, masculine style card. Does anybody else struggle with masculine style cards? I know I do sometimes. Well, I've got some tips for you, and we're going to go ahead and jump in on this in just a moment. Before we do that, if you like tips, techniques, tutorials, ideas, inspiration, make sure you hit that red subscribe button down below. Come along with me as we craft throughout the week. And if you ring that bell, you'll get notifications of new projects whenever I post them. So let's go ahead and start with our paper stamps and ink that we are going to use today. So I am going to have a Night of Navy base, and this is 4 1/4 by 11 inches long, scored at the 5.5 inch mark. And then I have a piece of Whisper White to line this, and that is going to be at the standard 4 by 5 1/4 size. I have a panel, and now this paper is from the new DSP. It's the Come Sail Away paper suite and our paper pack, and this is great for your masculine cards. So one tip is always have some cardstock that's in your stash that has a masculine feel for it. So you always have something to grab for and go. So this is going to be my go-to stash. If you have some of that en route paper from last season's catalog, that was my go-to last year. So pick up a pack of this. It's going to be great. You're going to use it whether you pick up the stamp set that coordinates with it or not. That's up to you, but there is a stamp set and a die set that coordinates with this paper with a wholesaling theme. At this point, I'm going to be using this without any of the stamps, so we're just going to make use of our paper. And so I have a piece of crumb cake that is, let's see, this one is 3 by 4 and or 3 1/4 by 4, and the pattern paper is 3 by 4. And I'll have all these measurements in on my website in the blog post, so you can check that link down below and don't worry about writing all these down. Then I have a piece of Night of Navy that is 2 1/4 by 5 1/4, and then another piece of that pattern DSP that is 2 by 5 1/4. And then I have this one little strip that I had left over when I cut my paper down. This is, I believe it's 3/4 of an inch by 4, and we're going to use that to decorate the inside of our stamp, our card. There we go. And then I have some pieces that I used with our stitched shapes dies, and I love these dies. If these are not ones in your tool chest, I recommend getting them. You will use them a lot. I use the large circle for the crumb cake and the smaller circle for the white. The next one down, you get 4 different sizes of each of the shapes, the squares, the circles, and the ovals. These are easy go-tos for sentiments, for focal images. I just love them. I love this detailed stitching that you get from them as well. Just adds another level to the cards. Let's bring in our stamp set, and I'm not using the stamp set that goes with that. I am going to use a sentiment though from the Rooted in Nature. This is a 2 packets or 2 packages of stamps that go with this. There's just too many to fit in one box, and I'm using this Thinking of You sentiment. I just love that one, and it's nice and big and bold, so it fills up a lot of space too. Then for our ink, we're going to be using the Night of Navy, and then I am bringing in some of this wonderful twine. Isn't that beautiful? And this is also part of the Sailing Home suite. So here's our card again for a focus, and let's go ahead and get started assembling. This is going to go together pretty quickly. I'm going to do the insides first so I don't forget. I'm trying to be better about decorating up the insides of my cards. So you guys can call me out on it if I forget to share with you on the insides. It just dresses them up nicely. I'm using my go-to adhesive, which is my Tombow Mono Multi. And let's get that up here in camera view. And love that it also allows me a little bit of room to slide, as I got that uneven at first. So let me just enough time that I can shimmy that up and make room for it. If you're interested in any of these products, I sure would appreciate the opportunity to be your Stampin' Up! Representative. And you'll find a link to my online store where you can shop 24/7. And if you make sure you use the current host code, this is the current one, but it's always on my website. Take a look around and you will see that current host code. When you use the current host code and shop with me, you will get a gift from me for your order, for any orders that are over, oops, sorry, gotta focus here, line this up. So any orders that are over 25 are going to receive a free gift from me. And we're going to put this down towards the bottom. And you can play with if you like it a little higher, a little lower. That's totally up to you. And let's bring in this tall piece. And place that right on here. So we're just giving it a little bit of an edge for some distinction from the surrounding papers. When you've got a lot of pattern paper, and I love to use pattern paper, I just think it's beautiful, you want to provide some matting so that your eyes aren't distracted by the pattern right next to it. So that's why I'm doing these little matting layers on there. Now, normally to put this rope look behind here like I did there, I would use my snail adhesive, but it has gone walking off somewhere. I have refills, but I don't have the actual container, so that's going to be on my next order. And I think I'm going to be smart and order a backup, since I apparently have misplaced that, and I have looked for that and it is gone. I can't even blame my kids because they're at college, so it's totally me that has lost it. I guess the cat, maybe I'll blame it on him. Grab my take a pick tool. It's just easier to get these strips off. So what I'm using is the tear and tape, and we're gonna wing it with this. I find that my liquid glue gets a little messy when trying this technique, so I want something that isn't quite so sloppy. And I'm just going to take and take this and loop it around so that there's just a little bit sticking out. And I'm going to come on down here. Instead of cutting this off and having the wrong amount, I'm just going to continue to do that around my card. And you don't want it to go too far out. In fact, I might have these a little too far. The other great thing with this tear and tape is it's going to give me the ability to adjust as I go. And the reason I don't want it too far out is because this circle is rather large already, and if I do too long of pieces, then it's really gonna stick out from the sides of my card. So let's play with that right there. I think I'm happy with that, so let's set that aside, and we're going to go ahead and ink up our sentiment. I've got that Night of Navy ink, and I'm going to make sure, if I've got a larger image like this, sometimes it's easier to come in and go from the top. Make sure that it's inked up really well. My Night of Navy's getting a little dried out, so I'm being very detailed with this. And let's see, looks like I think I've got good coverage on that. So we're going to bring this piece in and center it. Give it a moment to soak in, and there we go. We've got a nice crisp image. I love that Night of Navy is just a pretty color, and all the coordinating items. So the other tip when doing masculine cards is I try to not do too many blingy things. So my embellishments, I'll try to pick things like this twine that are a little bit more of a masculine flavor. Let me grab my dimensionals and be right back. Because of all the layers and that twine behind there, we're going to use some dimensionals to pop these up. Now, if you're finding that you really love your bling and you just can't live without it, you want to add some more, just more to your card. Instead of bling, try using your hole punch and punching circles of the coordinating colors. So in this case, crumb cake or night of navy would be great selections, and use those in place of your bling. You're still going to get that look that you like, but it's going to have a little bit more of a masculine touch. I'm going to bring this dot up in here, center that down, and there we go. We have our quick and easy masculine card using the, let's see, the Sailing Home, or Come Sail Away. Sailing Home, I think, is the name of the suite. So Come Sail Away paper. Again, if I can help you with any of your crafting needs, leave me a note below. You can contact me through my website. I'm happy to help answer your questions, and let me know what kinds of videos you would like to see, because after all, this channel is all about helping you guys achieve your crafting goals. Until we meet again, make sure that you grab your paper, stamp, and ink, do something creative, and share it with someone you love. Thanks.